Hi, everybody. I'm Tony Velakis, and it's my pleasure to host this session tonight. And let me just go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let me just. So, again, welcome everybody. Today, we're going to hear a presentation about winning Toastmaster speech contests. We're going to have a 5-minute introduction, and then we're going to hear from Anfernee Parker for 10 minutes, then Corey Lurch for 10 minutes, Francisco Chavez for 10 minutes, and then finally Linda Marie Miller for 10 minutes. And then after that, we're going to open up the floor so you can ask your questions to really personalize your experience. And we'll do that for 15 minutes or until people want to leave the session. Now, this is an educational event, so of course there are going to be some learning objectives. At the end of this event, you will learn how to compete in speech contests, learn best practices for winning speech contests, improve your speech skills, and get answers to your questions to personalize your learning experience. First up is our first speaker, Anfernee Parker. He's our 2020 District 37 Table Topic Speech Contest third place winner. Anfernee has always been a very passionate and driven individual. He is a North Carolina native born and raised in Clayton, North Carolina. He graduated from High Point University in 2018 with a major in international business and is a fluent Spanish speaker. He currently works at Lenovo as a higher education sales account manager. He has been a member of Toastmasters since 2019 and has always had a passion for giving presentations and public speaking. He enjoys volunteering in the community and spends most of his free time working out or salsa dancing. His personal mission is to ensure that no audience he has the privilege of speaking to loses interest or gets bored during and at any moment of his speeches. So please, everybody, let's welcome Anfernee.
Thank you so much, Antonia, for that wonderful introduction. I certainly appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone for joining this call tonight on this momentous evening. To say the least, I bet everyone is very on the edge of their seats. I'm sure everybody here is either going to be very happy or very depressed tomorrow, but hey, I'm just glad that you took time out to join the Toastmasters meeting today. The theme of my speech is what skills or uh, what type of passion should you bring into having a speech during a contest for you to succeed in a Toastmasters competition. And my theme for today, with everything I'm going to be talking about, is based around something very simple: PCP. Now, and everyone's at home, and a lot of your cameras are off, but by a show of hands, I don't need to see them. Who thinks they know what PCP is? I'll assume we have a few hands. None? No worries at all. I mean, obviously, it's an acronym, so it could be, hundreds of different things. Maybe it means a personal computing printer, uh, primary care provider, or it could mean something that may get you in a lot of trouble. Whatever you may think it is, today what PCP is actually going to be is passion, creativity, and purpose. With these three key points, I believe that any speech or presentation that you're giving and in your everyday conversation, it's going to be one that it will be memorable and that'll make your scores skyrocket with the judges. Passion, creativity, and purpose. Now, using passion and everything you do is extremely important. Caring about what it is you're saying, actually believing in the message that you're conveying to your audience, is something that really rubs off on people. It's something that people can immediately pick up on if you're passionate about the message you're sending. And that's something that the judges will pick up on as well. Now, I actually won based off table topics. And you may think, well, table topics is random. You have no idea what it is that you're going to get a chance to talk about. But the beauty in a table topics or in any prepared speech is actually the creativity that you get to put into that speech. That is when you let key points of yourself, your personality, things that you care about leak out into what you are saying. When you have creativity, you really leave that memorable impression on your audience to make people remember who you are and why they like what it is you're saying. After a quick Google search I did before this meeting, I found out that humans actually have somewhere north of 6,000 thoughts a day. That's 6,000 ideas that you could use in your next speech, your next table topics competition, or your next conversation with a stranger or someone you're close with. 6,000 thoughts. Now, mind you, probably about 2,000 of those may just be wandering thoughts, may not be important. Oh, there's a bug, the sky is blue. It may not really matter. And let's say another 500 or 1,000 or so of those are things that you don't want to think about. Maybe you had a bad dream. Maybe you are worried about catching COVID, because I'm sure a lot of us have been having that thought lately. But the remaining, and I haven't done the math ahead of time, so I hope someone's calculating this, but however many remaining thoughts there are, I'm sure there are a few hundred at least. Those could seriously be thoughts that will be your next big break, your next big idea, your next big project at work, or what this conversation is about, your next winning speech in the Lenovo's Toastmaster competition. Some of the best speeches that I've personally heard are speeches that when people tell their personal story, when they talk about their own experiences and how they've interpreted a specific situation. And I'm bringing all this back to say your creativity is what could seriously make you stand out during the next table topics competition. And the last of our acronyms here, PCP, is purpose. Now, purpose is something that may be a little tricky because purpose may change depending on your audience, depending on the topic, of course. But most importantly, as a speaker, you have the responsibility to believe in what you're saying. You have the responsibility to convey a message that means something to your audience. The words that you're saying, everyone is picking up on. Every word, every sentence, every phrase. Why should the audience care about what it is you're saying? What is your direct message that you're trying to convey? What strong reason or feeling do you want your audience to feel after they've finished listening to you speak? Every speech you have and every conversation you have should always have a purpose. Why should they care? Before you know it, by injecting PCP into every one of your speeches, your judges will start hallucinating and you see your scores rise more and more. I guarantee you, by having passion, creativity, and purpose in everything you do, every time you get a chance to step in front of an audience, you'll enjoy every moment of being a part of Toastmasters and that competition that you signed up for bravely. Not only will you love it, but your audience is going to love it as well, most importantly. Because at the end of the day, it's about how your audience feels, how the judges feel, and the impression you give off. Have you made yourself memorable? And have you made an impression? Have you used PCP in your last speech? It's never too late. Thank you, Madam Zoom Master and host Antonia.